I'm back. Rodrans for Black and White Sports. Today, we're going to do a preview of the XFL, which starts today. John Matrix and myself may do a watch party for one of these games today live on this channel. That does not mean you can watch the game on the channel. You will be watching us react to the game. And, of course, you can watch the game on your TV and follow along, right? But I want to talk about some of the players in the league, my quick pick for MVP 2 as well, okay, and some of the ex-NFL talent, because that's going to be the guys that most likely will have the biggest impact in the league. Do I have any idea if this league's going to make it? I don't know. I think the leadership is probably better. Oliver Luck is a really sound sort of commissioner for this league. And I think Vince maybe learned some things. But they got to get ratings. I will say this right off the bat. The quarterbacks are definitely a step up over the Alliance of American Football. Okay. The big quarterback that dominated in the Alliance was Garrett Gilbert. He threw up some great numbers, 13 TDs, 3 picks, 2,100 yards, and I think however many games they ended up playing. I'm one of the 14 people on the planet that probably watched 8 out of every 10 AEF game. And when the XFL was around, I probably watched 9 out of 10. I just love pro football. Okay. But there's some interesting names in the XFL. There really is. Some guys that surprisingly didn't make it. Some guys that were around for a while and didn't stick. Maybe had an injury, was out of the game, et cetera, right? So a couple of things to just start off with. At 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, we got the Seattle Dragons at DC Defenders. The guy to watch in that game, and in my opinion in the league, is going to be a quarterback named Brandon Silvers, who played in the AEF. He started 2 games there, and he really popped. He really did. In 2 games for Memphis, he essentially threw for 800 yards in 2 games, okay, with 4 touchdowns. So that kid's got potential. Even though there's a bunch of ex-NFL quarterbacks, that's my early pick for MVP for this league. Silvers is, and he's entertaining to watch too. Moves around a lot. Very entertaining. So he's my early pick, unless, and my one caveat is they drafted a practice squad team. And the headlining quarterback of that team is former Green Bay Packers second stringer Joe Callahan, who for a while there was speculation that he looked so good in some preseason games that there was thought that eventually he might be the heir apparent to Aaron Rodgers. And then now he's out of the league. Wildly strange with Joe Callahan. So, on the other side for the Defenders, we have Cardell Jones, of course, from Ohio State, right? Spent time with the Chargers and the Bills, was a 4th-round draft pick of the Bills. And Jim Zorn is their head coach in Seattle. At Ohio State, he had 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 617 career rushing yards with 4 rushing TDs, and, of course, led the Buckeyes in 2014 to the national title. The next game is going to be for Fox. It's going to be the LA Wildcats versus the Houston Roughnecks. I really like the name of some of these teams. But the quarterback there is the quarterback that's probably, along with Landry Jones for Dallas, got the most NFL experience, and he's had more success than Landry. Josh Johnson. Yeah, Josh Johnson has started many NFL games at this point. Okay, Bengals, Redskins. He 12 years in the NFL, right? So And he started 3 games for the Redskins in 2018. 57% completions, 590, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Okay, and the first half of 2019, he was the backup quarterback in Detroit. That tells you right there. I mean, Josh has always had some potential, and but he's getting up in age. He is injured right now. There's a chance he does not start this game. They got a quarterback named Chad Caniff that may get the start. He's out of Princeton, 7,510 yards. For him, the Houston Roughnecks is a June Jones team. And by the way, Phillip Walker, the quarterback out of Temple, who threw for nearly 11,000 yards and 74 TDs, beat out Connor Cook, who came from Michigan State, by the way. Connor Cook replaced Kirk Cousins. When Kirk Cousins went to the NFL, Cook had some time with the Oakland Raiders, and it didn't work out for him. Okay, and that is today's games. I'll probably do another video for tomorrow's games. Just some quick hitters on ex-NFL guys that you could see that, and ex-big-time college players in this league. Luis Perez, who was in the AEF, had some success. By the way, he got beat out. I'll talk about that in another video. He actually got beat out for his job. Marquise Williams, the ex-stud quarterback for North Carolina, is in this league. Landry Jones, who was the backup to Ben Roethlisberger forever. They believed he might be the heir apparent to Ben in case Ben sort of retired. But Landry just never got it fully together in the NFL. He ended up being one of these guys that was 50-something% completions, too many picks versus touchdowns, and he just was not going to end up being. Could he probably be in the league as a backup right now? Possibly. It's kind of surprising, but the XFL is paying a lot of money for the starting quarterbacks of these teams, and Landry Jones is kind of the face of the XFL because he was he had such a large career, and he's playing for Bob Stoops in Dallas. Okay, and yeah, Bob Stoops, the legendary Oklahoma Sooners coach. Other guys in the league, Jordan Tanamanu. He's from Ole Miss. He had some success at Ole Miss. Taylor Hickney is in the league. Aaron Murray, the former Georgia Bulldogs quarterback, is in the league. B.J. Daniels is in the league. NFL quarterback. And there are a lot of players. Will Hill is in the league. Scooby Wright, I know, was in the league out of he was a stud linebacker out of Arizona State, but he had a size issue, so he did not translate to the NFL. But listen to some of these names. Antonio Callaway, wide receiver. Cameron Artis-Payne from the Panthers, running back. Sammy Coates, Lance Dunbar from the Cowboys. Coney Ely, Matt Jones, Kristen Michaels, that spent some time as a starter for the Seattle Seahawks, right? Raheem Moore, defensive back, is in the XFL. Andre Williams, who was a big-time running back in college, Boston College. Listen to Marquette King is the punter. Nick Novak's a kicker. Garrett Hartley's a kicker. Eli Rogers is a wide receiver in the league. Will Sutton is a defensive tackle. I mean, these are guys that have all had significant NFL time. Look, is anybody expecting an NFL product out of this? No. But I think what you're hoping for is at least a AAA product. Right? Something that these leagues are only going to succeed based on their watchability, quarterback play, These leagues have to develop their own stars. Johnny Manziel has come out and said he's not going to play for another league that's going to fold. And unfortunately, Johnny is exactly the kind of guy the XFL needs because he is a name. He is a real, honest-to-God name. When he showed up for the Memphis Express of the AEF, that game got good ratings. And he was only in for a little bit before he got knocked out and hurt, okay? So, but, look, let's face it. Let's say one of these 4 games this weekend was Johnny Manziel versus Tim Tebow. You're going to tell me that game's not going to draw ratings? It is. I guarantee you. If that was a game, it would draw big ratings, if you want to know the truth. Because, good God, everybody wants to watch Tebow, Manziel. Some will argue Kaepernick. I wouldn't mind seeing Kaepernick. I don't agree with his politics. But the guy can still play football. I don't care what anybody says. He just ain't got his head screwed on straight. Okay? So, that's today's games. I'm going Seattle Dragons in the first game, Saturday. And I'm going to go Houston Roughnecks in the second game. So, that's my 2 picks right there. So, that's my XFL. Look, we're still learning about this league, all of us. But I'm pulling for this league. I want, after Super Bowl football, and this league would run every year right up until draft time. Okay? Football is far and away my favorite sport. So, you tell me what you think, black and white sports fans, the XFL. Is it going to make it through the season? Peace. I'm out. Till next time.